Have you ever been driving, hit a massive pothole, and braced for impact, but then nothing? Your coffee stays put. You're not jarred out of your seat. How does that happen? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. The incredible and honestly kind of invisible technology that makes for a smooth ride.
I mean, it seems like a pretty basic question, doesn't it? But the answer? Wow, it's a true marvel of engineering. Seriously, without this system, every single drive would feel like you're bumping along a rocky trail. So what's the secret weapon hiding underneath your car, doing all this hard work?
Well, the big answer is your car's suspension system. And it's really the unsung hero of every single journey you take. It's this absolute masterpiece of physics, just working away nonstop to shield you from all the bumps and scrapes of the road.
Okay, so we know what it is, but how does it actually pull this off? It's not magic, even though it sometimes feels like it. Nope, it's pure mechanics. And stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how all these pieces come together to give you that amazing feeling of just gliding down the street.
All right, here's a good way to think about it. Your suspension system is basically your car's personal bodyguard. I mean it. It's this whole network of parts with one single mission to take all the punches the road throws at it so you don't have to. The result? A ride that's smooth, stable, and comfortable.
So when you break it all down, the suspension really has two main jobs. First up, absorbing shocks. It's what turns a really jarring jolt from a pothole into, just a gentle little bounce. But just as important is its second job, maintaining stability. It works to keep your tires glued to the pavement. And let me tell you, that tire contact is absolutely crucial for safe steering, braking, pretty much for having any control over your car at all.
Okay, so we've got the big picture. Now, let's zoom in a bit. Let's focus on what is, you could argue, the single most important piece of this entire puzzle. And believe it or not, the real workhorse of this whole system is something that looks, well, deceptively simple. It's the suspension spring. Yep, that's it. This component right here is the foundation that the entire idea of a smooth ride is built on. I love how one of our sources for this explainer puts it, because it just perfectly captures how important these things are. I mean, sure, they might just look like simple metal coils, but don't let that fool you. They are engineered to handle absolutely incredible forces every single second you're on the road.
And get this, the spring's job description is surprisingly long. It is so much more than just bouncing up and down. Think about it. It has to support the entire weight of your car, plus you, plus any passengers or cargo. It's the main shock absorber. It basically defines the whole ride quality, whether your car feels cushy and comfortable or firm and sporty. And by doing all of that, it keeps the car balanced, which gives you much better, more predictable handling.
So how in the world does one little component do all that? Well, it's actually this really elegant three-step process. First, you've got the impact. Your tire hits a bump, right? And that generates this big upward force. Step 2 is compress. Instead of that force just shooting straight up into the car's frame, the spring coils up super tight, absorbing and storing all that energy. And finally, you have the rebound. The spring expands again, but, and this is the really clever part, it does it in a controlled way. See, there's another part called a damper that helps with this, so the spring releases that energy smoothly without jolting you. It's like this beautiful little dance of physics, and it's happening thousands of times every single time you drive.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Not all springs are created equal, not even close. I mean, think about it. A spring that's designed for a huge, heavy-duty truck would be completely useless in a small, nimble sports car, right? And of course, the other way around too.
And this really highlights a super important takeaway here. Suspension tech is highly specialized. The perfect system for one car is totally wrong for another. It all depends on the vehicle's weight, what it's built to do, and there's always this constant trade-off, this balancing act between pure comfort on one side and sharp, sporty performance on the other. So because of all this specialization, there is a huge variety of spring designs out there. We've really just scratched the surface today, focusing on the basics, but there are so many different types, and each one is engineered for a very specific job. You've got things like the super tough, durable leaf springs you'll find in big trucks. They're amazing for handling heavy loads. And then you have the coil springs, which are way more common in passenger cars because their main goal is to give you a comfortable ride. And all of this kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. The next time you get in your car, pay attention to the ride, just for a second. Is your car built for pure comfort on those long highway trips? Or is it all about sharp performance on those fun, winding roads? Maybe it's designed for rugged toughness to handle bumpy terrain. Whatever it is, the answer is written in the science of those springs.
working away silently right underneath you.